Hi, this is Bob at airdensityonline.com. We're going to show you how to analyze an existing fuel injection jetting combination from a running race vehicle. The one we selected was a blown alcohol drag race car. It has an 871 blower, it's a big block, and it's a drag racing application. We've gone ahead and preloaded this profile, and we've preloaded a couple other profiles which we'll get to later. Let's go ahead and examine this profile. This is a supercharged application, and we basically selected a supercharged format. It's 38% overdrive in this blower. Now, a mistake people commonly make is they'll put 38 in here for 38%, and it's 1.38. This is a decimal because that's what's used in the math. Some blowers are underdriven, so 10% under would be 0.9, or 0.8 would be 20% under. Roots blowers are commonly 10, 20, 30% over, so that would be 1.2, 1.3. That would be the typical entry. PSI screw blowers are often 60, 92%, 125%. Those entries would be 1.6 or a 1.92 or 2.25. Puts it into a decimal, and that's what is used for the math. The next thing would be the blower size, and this one's 470 cubic inch. That comes from a table which is linked here, and that is shown here. This is an 871, and it's got tight seals, which shows a 470 cubic inch blower displacement. This blower's got quite a few runs on it, so we put a volumetric efficiency of 95% on it. If it was freshly sealed, we'd put 98% in there because it's a really tight blower for the first few runs. But we're at 95, we'll leave that there. The fuel pump is a 13-gallon-a-minute fuel pump. That's an 8,000 engine RPM rating, or 4,000 pump RPM. There's 8 cylinders to this engine. There's 2 nozzles per cylinder, some hat and port nozzles. And in the last run, the main bypass was a 144 thousandths jet. It was also equipped with a 60 thousandths high speed. There was no pump loop or secondary high speed, so that's left blank. We do not know what the pressure is, so we don't put a value in here. Only put a value in if you know what the 8,000 RPM pressure is. Now this one shows a target RPM of 7,300. I'm going to change that to 5,500 because that's what the tuner thought that he had in this setup. The tuning RPM, or the fuel pump rating RPM, is 8,000. And in the weather for the last, there is no nitro in this, there's no nitro in this combination, so that's left blank, and then the measured nitro prompt is left at none. Now we get to our weather. The weather for the last run was 93 degrees temperature, 38% humidity, and 29.84 was the uncorrected barometer. With an uncorrected barometer, you do not need an altitude, so that's left blank. And then coming up here are our nozzles from the tuner's records. There's 2 rows of nozzles. There's the first row, which are all the same. They're 44 thousandths nozzles. And that's the hat nozzles. The second row is port nozzles, and those are all different sizes, and this is what the tuner developed over the years of racing this combination. There's some pretty dramatic changes in nozzle size, more dramatic than what I normally see. Putting all this together, and I hit Edit Baseline Profile, and we come up with what this combination looks like to ProCalc. Now, here's the blower size that's shown, and then the optimum air-to-fuel ratio from this calculation is a 4.36 to 1. According to our writings throughout our books, that's a bit on the lean side for a big block engine, there's a VA factor of 00075. That's a default pressure calibration factor. And then there's no nitro or nitro percentage. Thank you very much for your time.